All right, let's go ahead. What we're gonna do here today is actually start from the end. And actually, right now I'm restarting from the end because we had hit record and the we had to take it on again from the standpoint of a technical difficulty. And I love this idea here of starting from the end because in the game that we play as trailblazers, in the games that we play as outliers, pioneers, mavericks, we see the world differently, and we're out there shaping the world in ways that haven't previously been available or haven't been previously been readily available. And from the conversations I have, I know that a lot of us have a vision of a world that looks different and distinct from what it looks like now. The element of where this world is sits from a couple of different perspectives, right? It sits from this perspective of allowing for change in the world. It sits from the perspective of being on a massive global scale, as well as being within one organization, one company, one institution. And so we are going to be playing from the standpoint of really just exploring and being with this element of starting from the end. So I have three people with us in conversation here today. We're going to spend some time really just in a group coaching environment here. And what I want to do is make sure we're able to really serve and serve who, not just who we are, but who we're becoming and the impact that we're making out in the world. So I'm happy here. What I'd like to do is introduce Aaron, Chris, and Adam to the conversation here. Um, what we'll do here is this. All I know is that I'm here to be in great service, and um, what I love to do here is to start out here with Aaron. Aaron, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to do this. I'd love to know more about you from the standpoint of, and we were talking about this a little bit earlier, but I think it might be meaningful for the way this conversation is going. Can you let us know who you are, what you stand for, and if you were starting at the end, where you're starting from?
So make sure this is set out. Starting from the end is I'm part of a movement, and I'm creating a community and helping lead a movement specifically on incarcerated people and people who are formerly incarcerated. And so it's a big area that has been unaddressed since the dawn of human civilization, and increasingly just important especially in the US, to work with and to create change there. And so that's what I'm doing with Compassion Prison Project and with kind of other initiatives that are near and dear to my heart.
I appreciate. I find myself really curious about that, Aaron, and I think there'll be some time where, well, let me just ask you this: like, why is that passion? Why are you passionate about that? Why does that? Like, I'm curious about like why that's important to you. Out of all the ways that you could have used like your time and your energy and your skills, like why is that important to you?
So I'll take you back to 2012.
I'm actually going to ask you in this case. Yeah, I would normally love to hear the story, and I want to actually create more space for the story. Maybe we will create a time for us to go one on one and have that come out.
Mm.
If you want to bring it into this conversation, just for the purpose of me being able to see you right now, right? Why would you say that's important to
In this moment, it's trauma. It's the experience that I've had with trauma and the uncomfortableness in my own body and nervous system, and seeing how people in that space are often victims of trauma themselves.
I don't think my mind would have gone there immediately, and I appreciate you bringing it up. I do know that I'm curious about your story, and I want to create another space for us to actually have this space for us. I have no intention of squeezing If we go back to 2012, I have no intention of squeezing that into just like a few minutes. I want to like really, really explore this with you. I'm very curious.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Absolutely. So so keeping all these here, we're in a coaching environment here. I love to with us with where we are starting from right now. Since we're starting from the end, I'm curious if we can talk about anything today that would really support you in your mission and your journey with the projects that you have going on or beyond. What would we need to talk about to make this a life-changing experience?
Hmm. There's still like parts of my psyche or parts of my mind that are like not like fully in that, and I'd like to step into that even more.
You say fully in that. What is that for you?
The prison work and working with returning citizens, this whole space. Uh, yeah, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what my play is. There's something. There's still stuff like that hold me back a little bit. I'm not sure what it is.
And if you were like, I love that there. Like if we spent the next few minutes and you got to a place where you felt like, okay, I like in my psyche, like that's solid, right?
Hmm.
Uh, what would become available to you that isn't available right
Well, my mind goes to financial and really making that my career and path. Because the parts that are kind of, I'm still like holding me back. I was still like thinking of other opportunities that are kind of not in that space but paid money. And so I was like, but I even turned one down today in a way. And so that was a good sign of like really making my career in that area. And I think I know how it will line up, but I'd like to explore it.
now? Let's do that. And so let's do this from the standpoint of I think the thing for me is like, okay, if let's do this from the standpoint of like this is let's say this is the career, right? Uh, and this just give ourselves that opportunity to really explore it, not from the standpoint of like it could be something, but like if today this is what you were doing, you're like, this is where I'm making my money. I may be making $0 in it right now, or I may have been like making whatever it is, but like this is what I am here for. I'd love to like meet that Aaron in this conversation and help you explore it from that place there, and just use this space to to approach this from a different perspective. Are you good with that?
Hmm. Yeah, totally.
We're just getting started. Click on the link below to watch the full conversation and go to niyamaashan.com/tribe to get additional resources and exclusive invitation to tribe only events. Journey on.